Hello, beautiful sisters. Welcome to the womb space. So today I want to speak about the importance of having a womb cave. It's like how men, they've always been told or said that they need a man cave. While women need, it's not that they need, they get to have womb caves. So I want to start with just sharing a little bit about, what this space would or could look like, and what really makes a womb cave a womb cave. And then I'll talk about why it's important. So as you can see behind me, I have this nice little altar, a couple decks of cards. I have some stones. I have an incense, as you saw me light here. And I have some sage, some specific items like a Lakshmi and a snake, a serpent. And all of these really represent, altars for me are a place where I pray. And for me, it's not, I didn't actually grow up religious. So it's not like, dear God, it's really about giving gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this body. Thank you for this time that I get to spend with myself in these moments inside my womb cave. Thank you for the medicine of feeling. Thank you for all the beautiful sisters who are surrounding me, both in the physical and non-physical realms. Thank you for this space. This is what my prayer looks like. It's this just gratitude for the human experience. And so each time that I come to an altar, it really represents for me not only a moment to connect with spirit, which is connecting to myself, but also an opportunity to divine, to receive answers from spirit. And that's why the cards, I know some of you have cards and you guys know all about it, and some of you are maybe newer to cards. But the cards are just a tool for you to divine with your higher self, source consciousness, creator of all that is, to receive answers. It's a portal for you to access your intuitive nature, just like working with pendulums or any sort of magic. It's an opportunity for you to connect to your inner witch, your inner priestess, your inner shaman. And so in this video, I want to talk about the importance of a womb cave. And so as you can see, a womb cave, the incense is there as a reminder. Smell is one of our strongest scents. And so every time I light an incense, and I take this into my business as well, every time I light an incense, it drops me back into, I used to live in India, so the ashrams in India, or the temples in India, drops me back into this remembrance that I get to slow down, that I get to be present, that I get to be more in my body as I'm smelling the incense. And so a womb cave is a place, of course I have candles as well, it's the middle of the day, but you can still feel the energy of the candles. A womb cave is a space inside your house where you can allow yourself to drop into feeling. Where men have their caves to allow themselves to drop into silence and reflect and be with themselves. Women have womb caves to allow themselves to feel. I particularly think that womb caves are incredibly important, and it's important to make time for yourself when you are bleeding, if you still bleed. And if you don't still bleed, you choose when you want to make time for yourself. Once a month, you spend an hour, 3 days a week, allowing yourself to be in this energetic field of feeling your body. turning on some of your favorite music, breathing, putting your hands on your womb. Because even if you potentially have a hysterectomy or some sort of a challenge with the womb space, we all have energetic wombs. Even men have energetic wombs. So this womb cave, especially if you can do this when you are menstruating, is an opportunity for you to really go into your own portal. And this is how we start to access our feminine wisdom and our feminine intuition, is through our womb cave. By going outside of the mind and by just dropping in to our feelings. We allow visions to come through. When we move the emotions, not by trying to get rid of them, but just actually accessing them by feeling them, we move them through the body, we actually cleanse the channel, we clear the channel so that we can have more mental clarity. We all know just before you bleed, it's like the feminine's emotions are all over the place. Then we bleed. It's a release of everything that we've carried for the month. And this is why rituals with blood and honoring the blood, worshipping the blood, giving it back to Pachamama, it's so important. It's an honoring of this past month. This is how the feminine can actually tell time with her body. And so creating a safe space for you to go and rest your nervous system. Now, a womb cave doesn't only need to be here when you're bleeding. If you're having a challenging time at work or with your children, or you're feeling overwhelmed, the womb cave is yours to retreat to be in, to feel with, to connect to spirit, to connect to your body, to connect to your feelings, your emotions, without being in the mind. If you don't have, I would encourage you to have a room for the womb cave that's separate from your work or separate from where you sleep. That might not be an option for you. And that's also okay. Many women have set up womb caves in the corners of their rooms, they've cleared a space, got rid of all the clutter, and made an altar in the corner of their room and set up pillows and really kind of designated that spot for connection to the divine, connection to spirit, connection to their body. So this is the kind of the fundamentals of the womb cave. Sacred space, something that makes you feel good, colors that make you feel good, items, emblems that make you feel good. It's a space for you to feel. It's a space for you to actually give yourself permission to feel. And in the next video, I'll give you a small clip, a small exercise that I do. You know, it can be so easy to get busy and get caught up in life. Masculine can do that really well, whether in us or in other people. When you bleed as a woman, and if you don't bleed, if you choose to just create a time that you want to bleed on the new moon, yeah, just put that in there. You are asked to slow down by spirit. You are given permission from your body to slow down from spirit. And it is from you choosing to take that place for yourself that you actually not only invite other people to also slow down as well, but to remind people that you get to slow down and that others get to slow down. And through that, you honoring your cyclical nature as a woman, and you honoring that sometimes you're in spring and sometimes you're in summer and sometimes you're in fall, you honoring that is helping restore, shift people's consciousness and restore our connection to Mother Nature. So remember, every time you say, I don't have time, or I'm too busy, or not this month. It's not only you that you're impacting, but it's the future as well. So the next video I will do a womb cave feeling practice. It'll be a short version, and then I invite you to carry on with it as we finish.